Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be starting a new series which is solving the 3 months preparation kit for interviews, coding interviews specifically by HackerRank. So if you don't know about this 3 months preparation kit, I'll just leave a link in the description box below. So be sure to check it out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be creating videos, one video per problem uh, per week. So there's weekly problem sets for 13 weeks, which is roughly 3 months, and I'll be solving each and every one of them. So what you could do is you could first go to the problem, try to solve it on your own, and if you're not able to do it, you should come back to these videos and see the solutions. So without any further ado, let's begin with the first question or problem, which is plus minus. This is probably the easiest problem that you will get in this 3 months problem set. So let's take a look at the problem. I'll be solving all the problems in Python, and sometimes I will also use C++. Most of the times it will be Python, but you could use any language which HackerRank supports. I think the main idea behind solving these is the idea in which the solution is approached and not the programming language itself. So I'm going to use Python, which is very close to algorithms, um, which is very close to English again, so that it's easier to understand the logic of the program rather than the code itself. So let's take a look at the problem statement. Given an array of integers, calculate the ratios of its elements that are positive, negative, and 0. Simple. So how do you calculate the ratios? So what we could do is, first we'll create a variable which will store the number of positive numbers, the number of negative numbers, and the number of zeros in the array. So for that, let me initialize each of these variables to 0. There you go. So I've initialized 3 variables and set them each to 0. Now what I'm going to do is take a look at each and every element belonging to this array, and then I'm going to check whether it's positive, negative, or 0 and increment the respective variable's value. So let's do that. So what this for loop essentially does is goes through each and every single element of the array ARR and stores the value of every element in the variable EL, short form for element. So the first thing I'm going to check is if the number is positive. So the condition for checking if it's positive is greater than 0, and if it is, I'm going to increase the variable by 1. If it's not positive, and if it's negative, I'm going to increase that variable's value by 1. If it's neither of the above, it's obviously going to be a 0, and that's what I'm going to do. 0 plus is equal to 1. Sorry. So after this for loop is completely run, it should be clear to you that the number of positive elements will be stored in positive, the number of negative elements will be stored in negative, and the number of zeros will be stored in the variable 0. Now we have to print out the ratios. Total elements is going to be the length of the array. So I'm just going to store total elements. For simplicity, I'm just going to rename it to T, and that's going to be the length of the array. So all we have to do is print out 3 different values, which is the number of positive divided by the total number of negative divided by, and the number of zeros. divided by t. So let's do that. Print positive divided by t, print negative divided by t, and print 0 divided by t. Yes, so that should work properly. Let's try that out with the sample test cases by running the code. Let's wait. There you go. It says I've passed both the sample test cases. Now the moment of truth. Submit code. And yes, as you can see, it does work with all the test cases for this problem. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you definitely learned something from here. If you have, do consider liking and subscribing to this channel. See you in the next video.